Icky just wanted to be loved his entire life. He's been through the worst that life could do to a cat. I'm Grace, and this is Icky's story for GeoBeats.
What's the kitty cat doing?
He's likely been bouncing from shelter to shelter, foster home to foster home, probably back and forth on the streets as well for the first 6 years of his life. He's been through so much. FIV, upper respiratory infection. He only has 3 teeth and he'll need to have them extracted soon. He's got a bullet in his back from being shot and he has kidney disease, but you would never know. He truly is the sweetest cat I've ever met in my life. I was feeling really sad and homesick for months after leaving my family to go back to college. I really missed my parents and my sister, and I especially missed my cat at home. His name is Moo Moo. It felt like I was missing something, and so I decided to get an emotional support cat. I found Icky on Pet Finder, and I got in contact with his foster mom. The first time I met him, I looked at my boyfriend who was with me at the time and I was like, this is it. This is my cat. He so clearly just wanted to be loved by somebody. I was only 20 at the time, and this place you had to be 21 to adopt him. I just kept begging and begging, and finally they were like, okay. When he got to my apartment, he hid under my bed for 3 hours because he was just scared. I just sat on the floor for 3 hours and waited for him. He finally got out, he jumped on my bed, and immediately he started doing the thing where cats make biscuits with their paws, and he settled in really nicely, and he's been my best friend ever since.
Are we familiar with personal space?
He just turned 7. There are things that we do know physically that we can kind of assume what his past has been like. FIV, they either get it from their moms or they get it from fighting on the streets. FIV is transferred through blood from deep cuts. He has some cuts on his ears as well. And when I first got him, his cheeks were all puffed up, which I think in male cats, it means they've likely been fighting. So it's like a buildup of testosterone. And recently, I took him to the vet because he had 2 lumps on his back. One was a bullet from a BB gun or something like that. This likely happened when he was on the streets and someone just shot him and left him like that. And I remember when the vet first told me, I was shocked. I got in the car and I just started sobbing. How on earth could a human being be so terrible to a cat? He literally has a metal bullet in his back, which is just devastating to think about. To add salt to the wound, the next day his blood work came back and he has kidney disease. So it's really been one thing after the other for him. But according to the vet, he's not really in any sort of pain.
It's not dinner time. It's not dinner time yet.
The bullet doesn't need to be removed. He's a strong guy. Life has treated him horribly, but he's just this little guy who wants to be loved. I really just got so lucky with him. Everyone that meets him is obsessed with him. My dad, who has hated cats his entire life, he'll never admit it, but he's obsessed with Icky. He's always asking for pictures and videos.
Can I help you with something, little man? Ow!
A couple of maintenance people who had come over one time, and one of them was petting him, and he was like, this is the most well-behaved cat I have ever met. I have never had the kind of bond with an animal that I have with him.
Sorry.
I'll get up to go to the fridge to get some water. He comes with me. I go to the bathroom. He sits with me. He follows me everywhere and absolutely no complaints on my end. He's my favorite thing to wake up to in the morning and my favorite thing to fall asleep with at night.
You know, it's kind of hard to take you seriously when you only have 3 teeth. I'm sorry.
He's such a ray of sunshine, and even on the worst days, I have something to look forward to.
Scratch this. Scratch.
He just doesn't know how a scratching board works. He rescued me. I truly believe this little guy saved my life. He's the best emotional support animal you could ever ask for. He really deserves a raise. I'm going to spend every second of the rest of his life with him, and I want to give him the home, the love, and the safety that he deserves and that he's deserved his whole life. I remember when I first told my mom about the bullet in his back. She was like, Grace, that cat is bulletproof.
Can we maybe set some boundaries?